in Al Madain, roughly 22 miles southeast of Baghdad, and this was the capital of the Persian Empire from 226 to 637, right up until the Muslim conquest of Persia.
So we're here at Kasra, which is the longest freestanding arch in the world. It dates back to the 3rd to 6th century, and it's the only remaining structure left from the Persian capital that was here. So if you want to see over the wall, here it is.
So you can see here that they have put up what were formerly blast walls as a barrier to keep people from getting closer to this monument. And this is all that remains of the royal palace and even of the city that was here from the Sasanian Empire, which were the Persians. The open-aired area here in the middle that's covered by the arch was believed to have been the royal audience hall. And in this hall, there's an interesting story about a carpet that was once here called the Spring Garden Carpet. And this carpet was 27 meters by 27 meters. It was made of silk, gold, silver, and rare stones. And during the Muslim conquest of the area, the Persians here tried to save the rug, but they weren't able to just because of its size and also of its weight. And so the Muslim conquerors came in and they divided this rug up as spoil and gave it out to people. And one of those men who received a piece of this rug was Imam Ali, who was one of the 12 Shia imams. And it's said that even his piece, though it wasn't the best, still went for a lot of money. You would never know from just walking around this area that from the late 6th century to the early 7th century that this was the largest city in the world. And when you think of enemies during this time, the biggest rival for the Persians would have been the Roman Empire. And the Romans actually captured this city 5 times. And here we are walking in the opposite direction of Kasra. You'll see a building in front of us. And this was a monument built by Saddam Hussein in the 1980s.
So this building right behind me was built by Saddam Hussein to rival the Kasra, which is right in front of it, right across, because he hated the Persians, he hated the Iranians, and he just wanted to build something that was bigger and grander than anything they built. But right now, as you can tell, it's falling apart. And right to the other side of this, there's a resort that was really popular in the 60s and 70s that now is just completely destroyed because Al-Qaeda and other militia groups have just ransacked the place.
And here we are heading towards the inside of that monument that Saddam Hussein built in the 80s to counter the Kasra. You'll be able to tell more so on the inside, but this place has faced a lot of destruction by Al-Qaeda and local militias during their fighting in the early 2000s. So there's an interesting location right down the road from here called the Salman Pak facility, and this was a military installation used by Saddam Hussein. Leading up to the invasion in 2003, this facility was the focal point of U.S. intelligence into Saddam's chemical and biological weapons programs. In addition to this, there were a number of Iraqi defectors who claimed that some of the terrorists who hijacked planes on 9/11 were trained at this facility. But as we know, that wasn't true, and also the claims of having WMDs were also not true. As you can tell from looking around at the inside of this monument, it's definitely seen better days. And I was told that this monument was constructed along with the help of the North Koreans. And so right here in front of us, we would have been in the atrium. We're several stories up, and there was a massive mural here at one point. And you can see here, there's just a sheer drop off to the bottom. Continued walking up, the staircase finally came out on the top of Saddam's monument here at Kasra. You'll be able to see the Persian monument right in front of us here in just a second. In my opinion, outside of the Martyrs Monument, this has got to be the best location to watch the sunset near Baghdad. And right in front of us, we see the arch that we were at just a few minutes ago.
So down here is what used to be the resort that was destroyed by militias and Al-Qaeda. And over here is the arch that we were just at.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. It helps me continue to make videos just like this one.